Hello. In recent weeks, the RE office has resembled an edition of Springwatch or an Attenborough documentary. When we returned to school after the Easter holiday, we were delighted to discover that a pair of oyster catchers had taken up residence. Now, you didn't mishear me. I did indeed say coastal-dwelling oyster catchers. With their distinctive orange beak and beautiful black and white colouring, they're a delight to watch. They built their nest on the roof of the gym, a metre or two from the chapel. Now, this has meant that Kirsty, Eileen and myself have had a ringside seat to see their exploits these recent weeks from our classrooms, along with the students that we teach and any visitors to the RE office. The dedication of one bird always sitting on the nest and the constant coming and going of the other bird to the back field to obtain food for their mate has been a regular topic of conversation. However, at the start of last week, the family dynamic changed. Like a group of expectant grandparents, we were rewarded by the birth of 3 chicks. These little bundles of grey fluff have so far not explored any further than the roof of the gym, but what they lack in adventure, they make up for with the loud pee-pee call that they constantly make. I'll be honest, and I'll say that there have been times when I've wanted to gag them. They certainly are a great distraction for the average student. Similarly, sometimes the morning bird song from the trees near my house has woken me, and I've been tempted to curse the noise as I struggle to get back to sleep. Particularly since as the sun begins to rise, the bird's song seems to be the most exuberant and cheerful. But maybe there are things I can learn from them. There is something very joyful in hearing the birds sing. And this has led me to question myself. Do I face each new day with singing and rejoicing? Or do I complain and dread the day? Similarly, as I lay my head down to sleep, do I rejoice in the day that God has given me, praising Him for His many blessings? Or am I weary from burdens, grumbling myself to sleep? I confess that too often, when I become fully aware and awake in the morning, all my troubles seem to come flying back into my head after being tucked away while I sleep. And then at bedtime, I can find myself presupposing what the next day will be like, borrowing trouble. Now, in the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus uses the birds to teach a lesson to his hearers that speaks to me too. Here's what Jesus has to say. Look at the birds. They don't plant or harvest. They don't even store grain in barns. And yet your Father in heaven takes care of them. Aren't you worth more than birds? Don't worry and ask yourselves, will we have anything to eat? Will we have anything to drink? Will we have any clothes to wear? Only people who don't know God are always worrying about such things. Your Father in heaven knows that you need all of these. But more than anything else, put God's work first and do what He wants. And then the other things will be yours as well. Don't worry about tomorrow. It'll take care of itself. Today's trouble is enough for today. For me, these words are a challenge to trust God in all aspects of my life. Just as the oyster catcher chicks are currently trusting their parents to provide for their dietary needs and to protect them from our resident seagulls, so I need to trust God in my work, my relationships, and in my studies. I'll finish now with an invitation to those of you that are listening here at school. I invite you to take a moment out from your busy days this week. Pop up to the RE office and come and see our family of feathered friends before they flee the nest. Thanks.